and good day. Welcome to Zir News 24's roundup of today's most important stories. Today is Saturday, the 14th of Saratan 1404 in the solar Hijri calendar, corresponding to July 5th, 2025. I'm William Ashford, bringing you the key national and international news of the day from Zir News 24. First, today's top headlines. Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs meets Kazakhstan's Prime Minister. The two sides discussed political, economic, and trade relations between Afghanistan and Kazakhstan. Pakistan suspends the deportation of Afghan refugees. Pakistan announced yesterday that Afghan refugees holding POR cards will not be deported until a final decision is made on extending the validity of these cards. Hamas welcomes U.S. proposed Gaza ceasefire. Hamas announced a positive response to the latest U.S.-mediated ceasefire plan. Flash floods in Texas kill 24 and leave 23 missing. Details. Deputy PM meets Kazakhstan's Prime Minister. Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs Mullah Abdulghani Baradar Akhund met Kazakhstan's Prime Minister in Kankendi, Azerbaijan. They discussed political, economic, and trade relations. Baradar stressed the importance of signing an agricultural quarantine agreement, easing visa processes for Afghans, and allowing Afghan banks to open accounts in Kazakh banks, Zaman and Azadi, to raise bilateral trade to $3 billion. The Kazakh PM announced plans for his foreign minister to visit Kabul soon and pledged $500 million investment in the Torghundi-Herat railway project. He also expressed interest in investing in Afghanistan's mining sector. Afghan ambassador in Moscow submits credentials copy. Afghanistan's ambassador in Moscow, Maulawi Gulhassan Hassan, submitted a copy of his credentials to Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Andrei Yuryevich Rudenko. The original credentials will be formally presented to the Russian president in a later ceremony. Pakistan halts deportation of Afghan refugees. Pakistan announced that Afghan refugees with POR cards will not be deported until a final decision is made on extending the card's validity. Authorities have been directed to avoid harassment or mistreatment of refugees during this period. Pakistan currently hosts about 2.8 million Afghan refugees, including around 1.3 million with POR cards and 813,000 holding ACC cards issued in 2017 for temporary legal status. Germany considers talks with IEA on deporting Afghans. A German media outlet reports that the federal government is currently pursuing two apparently contradictory goals: planning talks with the IEA on deporting Afghan nationals accused of crimes, while at the same time, over 2,000 Afghans are waiting to enter Germany. Sultan Dam maintenance project launched in Ghazni. A 109 million Afghani maintenance project for Sultan Dam has been launched. The acting Minister of Water and Energy, Mullah Abdul Latif Mansour, described the dam as vital for water management and agricultural development. The project will raise the dam's height from 35 to 37.5 meters and increase its capacity from 9 million to 13 million cubic meters, enabling irrigation of around 10,000 hectares of farmland. That concludes the national news. After a short break, we'll return with the international stories. Salam and welcome. Close attend to the international news. Stay with us until the end. Sports news will follow. Ongoing genocide in Gaza. Israel kills 42 more in mass attacks today. Israeli forces once again targeted people waiting for aid in hospitals, killing at least 42 Palestinians and wounding many others. According to medical sources, an Israeli airstrike near an aid center in the north of Rafah city killed 9 people, including 3 children. In another incident, a source from Al-Ali Hospital reported that 1 person was killed and several others injured in a strike on the Zaytun neighborhood of Gaza City. Hardly a day passes without dozens of Palestinians being killed in mass attacks by Israeli forces. Israeli airstrike kills doctor and family in Gaza. In southern Gaza, an Israeli airstrike killed Dr. Musa Kafaja, a renowned doctor at Nasser Hospital, along with his entire family. Reports say the strike hit a tent where the family had sought shelter on the southern edge of Khan Yunis. His 3 children, wife, and close relatives were also killed. Dr. Khafaja had treated hundreds of injured patients since the war began. His death is seen as a severe loss to Gaza's overwhelmed healthcare system. Health officials and international humanitarian agencies strongly condemned attacks on medical workers, calling them blatant violations of international humanitarian law. Silent catastrophe in Gaza. Children face deadly hunger threat. Gaza is hidden from the world's view, but is enduring an unprecedented humanitarian disaster. Doctors warn that artificial baby formula has run out, and thousands of malnourished mothers can no longer feed their babies naturally. This has placed the lives of thousands of innocent Palestinian children in grave danger. The Israeli blockade has made it impossible to bring in food, medicine, and basic necessities. Hospitals are empty of supplies, and many newborns cannot survive without proper nutrition. Doctors describe it as a silent catastrophe. No bombs, no explosions, just children dying quietly. One doctor said, "Every day, we watch babies die of hunger. We have no milk, no medicine. We can only witness their pain, powerless to help." International aid organizations have urged the world to end the Israeli blockade immediately and deliver urgent aid to Gaza to save more children's lives. Hamas welcomes U.S. proposed ceasefire plan for Gaza. Hamas has responded positively to the latest U.S.-brokered ceasefire proposal, raising hopes for an end to the war. U.S. President Donald Trump proposed a 60-day ceasefire, including prisoner exchanges, increased aid, and a framework for permanent peace talks. Hamas has submitted its formal response to Qatar and Egypt and is ready to resume negotiations. Reports indicate that Israel has accepted the key terms, but Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has not yet given clear support. He is expected to meet Trump on Monday. Under the plan, the ceasefire would begin, hostages would be released in stages, aid would be delivered immediately, and military operations would halt. Talks would be monitored by Qatar, Egypt, and other mediators. Hamas insists the truce should pave the way for lasting peace. Israel has sought written guarantees from Trump that if Hamas breaches the deal, military operations will resume. So far, more than 57,000 Palestinians have been killed, and thousands more are in danger. Russia downs dozens of Ukrainian drones, 2 intercepted near St. Petersburg. Russian defense officials report that about 42 Ukrainian drones were shot down across different regions. In 3 border provinces alone, 37 drones were intercepted. 2 drones were downed south of St. Petersburg, according to Leningrad Governor Alexander Drozdenko. There were no casualties or major damage, though operations at Pulkovo Airport were temporarily suspended. Ukraine has stepped up drone attacks on distant Russian targets in recent months. Turkey arrests 3 opposition mayors. Turkish authorities arrested 3 opposition mayors on Saturday morning as part of alleged corruption investigations. This follows the detention of over 120 municipal staff in Izmir earlier this week. The main opposition party called the arrests political and accused the government under President Erdogan of targeting them after their victory in the 2024 local elections. Texas flash floods kill 24, leave 23 missing. Severe rains caused sudden flooding in Kerr County, Texas, as the Guadalupe River rapidly rose. At least 24 people were killed, and many remain missing or trapped. Among the missing are 23 to 25 girls from a Christian summer camp located along the river. Authorities say the death toll may rise. Floodwaters surged so quickly there was no time for evacuation. The river rose 8 meters in just 45 minutes. A state of emergency has been declared, and rescue operations are ongoing as heavy rains continue. Now let's move to the world of sports. Central Asia Football Championship 2025. Group draw completed. The group draw for the 2025 Central Asia Football Association CAFA Championship took place on Thursday in Dushanbe, the capital of Tajikistan. According to the draw, Afghanistan's national football team has been placed in Group B alongside strong teams from Iran, Tajikistan, and Malaysia. The matches will be hosted in Dushanbe. Boxing competition held in Ghazni. A one-day boxing event was held in Ghazni, with 122 athletes from various age categories, children, teens, youth, and adults, participating. In the end, 61 athletes claimed championship titles by defeating their opponents. Volleyball tournament kicks off in Argun district, Paktika. A volleyball tournament featuring 14 teams began in Argun district and will continue for 5 days. In the opening match, Chanki team defeated Bandarkale team 2-1 to secure the first victory of the competition. Pankration contest held in Kalat. A pankration event was held in Kalat Zabul's Provincial Center, featuring 18 athletes from 2 clubs. The matches were organized across youth and junior categories. Abdul Nasir Club took first place, while Abdul Halim Club came in second. That concludes today's news bulletin. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok at ZeerNews24. Until tomorrow's broadcast, may Allah protect you.